And you thought I wasn't gonna make another video like this. Well, you were wrong. This is the Mississippi King welcoming you back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And in the last episode, we got the bomb bag, which means we can actually carry more bombs. No, not we can carry more bombs, we can carry bombs, period. And I'm sorry it took so long, but basically what took so long to get this video made was, well, microphone problems. You see, I was using a headset microphone before, and as you can bet, those things aren't exactly the sturdiest of contraptions, so I had to get a new one and use that instead. And that's what took so long. And I thought for the next one I may as well just get a dedicated microphone so I can use a pop filter on it. And so that's what took so long. I'm also, I'm just going over a few things I missed in the last episode. For some reason I missed that gold Skulltula. I don't know how that happened, but, well, I did. I also missed the compass. So, yeah, I'm solving those problems. So let's get back to the main route after that's done. So, yeah, basically it was microphone problems, and so now I'm using a dedicated microphone with a pop filter to remove the obnoxious puff of air sounds that occurs whenever a P sound is uttered. So hopefully I should sound much better, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Y'all should let me know whether I sound any better than before in the comments below. Because, I want to know whether my audio quality is good. I don't want to sound like a robot, which, has happened to me when I have used some mics before in the past. I end up sounding like some sort of disconnected robot or something. Let's get back to the main path, although just before we head back to the main path, there is one more thing that I'd like to show you before we start finishing off this dungeon. You can find it behind a bombable wall, and it's nothing major. It's something that is not really that interesting. But I may as well show it off because, I can. Yeah, hopefully I sound much better in this episode than in previous ones. That's what I hope, at least. If not, then, well, maybe I need a studio quality mic or whatever. Or, I don't know, something else. Let's try and head to the boss. The boss is actually pretty pathetic. And actually I think the rest of this dungeon is pretty straightforward and pretty linear. You would just head along the path past the place where you got the bomb bag, and that should lead to the boss. We'll be doing the same thing we did just now very shortly. Get ready for some repetition. That is a minor problem with this game. The puzzles can sometimes get a little repetitive, but it's nothing too obnoxious for the most part. Believe me, the series has had puzzles that are way worse than in this game. The original game, for instance, had puzzles that were not only insultingly easy, but were also painfully repetitive. It was always the same thing: push a block or bomb a wall. Sometimes, if you get lucky, they'd mix it up. by making you kill all enemies in the room before you push a block. Ooh, so challenging. Well, I mean, sometimes killing all the enemies in the room is challenging, but not the actual puzzle itself. Anyway, this puzzle is actually fairly interesting right here. You just gotta bomb both eyes, which I'm failing at badly. I like this puzzle because you actually have to think about it, and I like how it uses the environment in a way that you wouldn't expect. It took me a while to figure out on my first time playing. That's one thing I feel I should confess. The first time I played through Ocarina of Time, I didn't see why it was considered the greatest game of all time. What did other people see in it? I liked the game, I mean, but I thought it just wasn't the masterpiece people made it out to be. It wasn't until my second playthrough, after I had played various other Zelda games, that I started to see it as such an incredible game. Maybe it was the experience in playing other games that did that. Maybe it was the respect for the series that I had developed. Maybe the other games just taught me to appreciate it more. Or maybe I just started to see something in it that I hadn't seen before. I really don't know. But whatever the case was, I now think very highly of it. It's funny then that now the stances have reversed, and I'm the one that goes against the stance that it hasn't aged well. I guess I'm just stuck going against the hip crowd for all time. So now the hip stance is that it hasn't aged well, whereas before, pretty much the hip thing was to say it is the greatest game of all time. I really don't get the internet. Can't ever seem to make up its mind. Something similar happened with Twilight Princess. When it came out, the internet rejoiced and called it the best Zelda game ever. Now it's hip to say it sucks. The same thing happened with The Wind Waker. People said it's awful, it's a disgrace to Zelda. Now everyone's saying it's one of the best in the series. Actually, I think the Zelda series is a magnet for this kind of stuff, for some reason. I'm not saying I think The Wind Waker sucks, I love both games. I just don't get how the internet can change its mind on games at the drop of a hat. Anyway, we're coming up to the boss of this dungeon. The second boss sure looks intimidating, but he's a paper tiger. No, not a literal paper tiger. I mean, he looks tough, but he's actually easy. But just look at his introductory cutscene. Once again, this game displays its sheer mastery of cinematography. This game evokes powerful emotional scenes through its expert use of the camera. It really is something to admire for any aspiring filmmakers. To stop this boss, you need to throw a bomb in its mouth, and when it explodes, attack! No, don't throw a tag, that wouldn't stick. Yes, I realized my pun was quite tacky, and it had no point, but you gotta admit, my wit is pretty sharp. Okay, I'll stop being so stuck up. Anyway, this boss should go down pretty easily, so don't worry about it. So I'll bet y'all are surprised to see a new video. All four of y'all. A new video? Yes, absolutely. I mean, I may as well return for Zelda Month after all. And let me be real honest with y'all, I absolutely love the Zelda series. I think the series is the greatest video game series of all time. It's one of the rare series where I can start up basically any game and have a truly amazing time. Can't really say that for very many others. I love about this series so much is that you can play and enjoy the games for only the narrative or for only the gameplay. I enjoy both. This game's story is king. You always think, hey, what about other games in the series, like the Wind Waker? I said story, mind you, not plot. Future Zelda games have far more advanced plots, but not more advanced stories. You see, story is how a plot is told. It's completely unrelated to how advanced or complex the plot is. And I think this game tells its plot the best out of all of them. We just beat the boss. Trust me, the bosses do get harder later on. But we have a bottled fairy, so we'd be alright if I lost all my hearts. That's one thing I feel I should talk about. Bottled fairies are way too overpowered in this game. They heal like 15 hearts, though I could be off a bit on that number. So don't quote me on that. Either way, they still heal way too many hearts, so the player isn't really inclined to use blue potions as much. This is something future Zelda games do much better. And in those games, the fairies heal way less hearts. Also, this cutscene is very...
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn times.
Okay, calm down. I just love the cutscenes. You shot me in the shoulder, Internet! What is wrong with you? I was gonna say I find this cutscene hilarious. You gotta love this game's strange sense of humor. This gets me every time. Though, what's coming up, that is. This part right here is pretty epic. And just like that, we became Darunia's sworn brother. We are already 2/3 of the way through the first part of the game, so we're making some progress. We just need one more spiritual stone and then we'll gain a power that can stop Ganondorf. I feel I should say Ganondorf is an amazing villain, and you'd be surprised just how deep his character is, especially in later games. I've heard someone say Skyward Sword ruins Ganondorf's character, going so far as to compare it with midi-chlorians, but I disagree strongly with that. I think the same scene that they cite as having ruined Ganondorf's character only made his character more interesting. But we'll get to that when we get to Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is quite the controversial game. Y'all are in for quite the ride when we get to Skyward Sword. I'll bet y'all can't wait, cause it's the most controversial game since Zelda 2. I mean, you can't wait to hear what I think about it. This part is hilarious. We should probably do as Darunia said and go up the mountain, not down it, to see what the Great Fairy has to offer. Now, there is a gold Skulltula down here, and that's really what I wanted to get before I start the climb. And, Great Fairy is something that will come in handy quite a lot in the game. Now watch as I launch my climb up the mountain. This may take a while, so strap in and get ready to watch some utter suckage. My relationship with Death Mountain is definitely quite rocky. I wouldn't suggest buying anything from here. The store here is too steep. You'll end up hoping the prices will fall. When we get to the top, I'll try and sum it all up on why I can't get over how I feel about the mountain. Also, if you shoot me in the shoulder again, you can go take a hike. I mean, you come across several stones here. Some are shy, but at least one is a little bolder. Getting to the top is fine, but it's all downhill from there. Sometimes the leader of all of Hyrule goes up to the top of Death Mountain, and when he gets there, he's really high king. When he gets back down, folks greet him saying, "Hi, King." The mountain is definitely well sculpted. Oh wait, that's not a pun. Also, the King of Hyrule doesn't actually go to the top of the mountain. At least not that I know of. And it looks like I won't either if I keep up this massive suckage. I mean, like I said, strap in. It's gonna take a while. I mean, if I have to say "get on with it" one more time, I'll make a Monty Python reference. Am I gonna run out of bombs here? It better not. I mean, that'd be pretty bad since I need one for the top. Anyway, there's something interesting down here. But, yeah, you have this cow inside, and you can actually play opponent's song to get milk from it. How that works is beyond me. I'm not sure I want to know. But anyway, let's move on. This is gonna take some time. Just get ready for another big climb. And this one is actually filled with sculptures, so watch out. And also falling rocks. Watch out for those. I just like to cheese my way through this mess. Just run through it all. No stopping for the rocks. Ain't nobody got no time for that. What you're supposed to do is block the rocks with the Hylian shield, since it makes you crouch and block falling rocks. It's pretty much only useful right here in this spot. Now for the actual climb. You want to shoot down them sculptures so that they can't knock you down. As for the climb itself, I don't know what else to say, you just climb up this wall very slowly. Huzzah! What am I saying? This is boring me out of my skull. Wait, maybe that's how sculptures are formed. That joke was just painful. It's a long, boring climb! What do you expect me to say? There are only so many comedic variations on "this is boring," and I'm still climbing! I'm not saying it though. It's horribly overused, and you know it. Oh dear, I can't stop it. Someone save me, please.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it. Get on with it.
Finally, we're at the top. There's you-know-who, or should I say, you-know-hoot. I'm sorry, this episode has been infested with puns and I don't know how to stop it. Well, I mean, I am very well versed with the Zelda series, and I guess my stream of bad jokes and my expert knowledge of the series make me a pundit. Someone help me before the internet shoves a shotgun up my head then! So this here is the Great Fairy Fountain, and what you want to do is play Zelda's Lullaby to summon the Great Fairy. Then she'll grant that ability I was telling y'all about. And basically, she now allows us to use magic. And that will come in handy for a number of different things. It's pretty useful, I must say. Our first magical ability is an improved version of the spin attack. You can hold down the B button and charge it, consuming magic in the process. Or you can spin the analog stick and press B at the same time, not using any magic. I'll show you what I mean after this cutscene. You can come back to the Great Fairies at any time to heal up, but that's not the real reason you want to find all the Great Fairies. You want to find them for the abilities they grant you. Some of the abilities they grant you are mandatory for progression. I love exploring Zelda worlds. They're often so rich and full of secrets. This game is especially full of secrets and lore. Sometimes it's just fun to roam around aimlessly, looking for nothing in particular. It's really interesting to do. Zelda lore is surprisingly rich and fairly detailed too, and the stories never cease to be epic. Here's the spin attack, by the way. It can make short work of crowds of monsters. But anyway, I think it's my time to end this episode, so join me in 6 months when I tackle something else in this game. No, I'm not actually going to take 6 months, calm down. Although considering the internet shot me in the shoulder, I may need to get that looked at. Yeah, right, it's just a flesh wound. Wow, we are bursting with Monty Python references in this episode. Anyway, see y'all next time. This is the Mississippi King, signing out.